Okay, Steve. I'm not. You know what? I'm not saying anything. Here, watch this.
Mike, what is your deal, man?
Oh, come on, man. You've been riding me all day.
Mike, you're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
Baby.
Whoa.
Eat a Snickers. Better?
Bear. Hey! I'm up there! That hurt.
You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfied.
Oh my god!
And that's the guy from Barney Miller, right?
That's the final tackle on the QB. Oh my god! There's a campaign like no other. They're in every country. Like they've done this campaign in every country. They've done like crazy different versions of these ads, and they've done a really good job of really trying to hit the sensibilities of the country, right? Obviously using their celebrities and this whole idea. For me, this one's all about random entry, heavily leaning on entertainment.
Oh yeah.
And shared experience.
Well, and an element of truth. Like before Snickers came along, there was an expression of hangry.
Right.
That existed. And they just decided to own it.
I have to tell you this story. I had two young kids. I have two boys, and we were driving in the car, and we'd been out doing things all day. So maybe it was like 2:00 in the afternoon, and I asked a question. I leaned over and said to my wife, Sandra, I said, I can't remember the question. I'll be honest. I don't remember but I asked her a question, and she went, "Just get me home." It was literally it. I went, "Oh, okay, I got it." And I drove to a Wendy's and picked her up a thing of fries just so she would have something in her belly because she was hangry. I was like, "Don't you talk to me like that." No, okay, but I just took care of her, right? So these commercials hit me hard, and I think they're brilliantly done, incredibly entertaining. I mean, Roseanne Barr's been a character in them. There's a few other ones.
They've had Liza Minnelli. They've had Aretha Franklin. My favorite, which I know you're not sharing. My favorite is the Joe Pesci one, where he's at a party and he's like, giving everybody crap, and somebody gives him, and then all of a sudden he calms down. So I think you should show. I think you should show the Robin Williams one.
Okay. Next. Okay. Here, watch this one.
Fourth down, coach. What do we do?
I'll tell you what we do.
I want you to go on the field. Look for anything with an O.
Let's kill them with kindness. Jimmy, I want you to make balloon animals. Tyler, make little tea cozies, something fun.
Are you okay?
We will win this for Mother Russia.
Coach, eat a Snickers.
Why is that, Chief?
You get a little loopy when you're hungry. Better.
Now let's go for it!
Go get him, guys.
You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
See, every time.
But I think what's great is they've created two different scenarios. They've created a scenario where you're doing something athletic. They've created the scenario where you're just going loopy. The thing that's cool is they decided in this campaign, like go to YouTube and watch them. They've decided in this campaign to lean into all the different emotions. And it gets even better. They extended this campaign at one point. They even changed the wrappers. There was a little period of time where it didn't say Snickers. It said hangry. It said all these different expressions.
They did channel alignment. Really good channel alignment out.
Fabulous campaign. Campaign.
And it ran for a good while, because when I was looking through, to try and get good examples, I tried to get visually appealing ones so that it was easy to pop in here. But they've been running it for a while. The characters that they've tried not to duplicate. They did a really good job of not duplicating a scenario in any way, shape, or form. They lean into the sports ones, which I think are funny. They've got one, it's a bunch of soccer players playing high-level soccer, and they're divas. And no, let's just call it spade a spade. Soccer players are divas. The high-performing soccer players are divas. I don't know if the Snickers is going to help, but it was great that they leaned into that very heavily. Random entry. Every single one starts in a very weird spot. Okay.
Yes.
We talk about this a lot. You on the Empire Builders podcast, you've talked about random entry a lot of times and how it works and why it works. The best thing is that everything is connected. We talk about this at the Wizard Academy. So that random entry of start somewhere in the middle,
Yes.
and then get to your point, and you'll find a way to do that. So if you're writing ads or you're thinking about what you want to do for your brand, think about that one weird, strange scenario. Boom, you can get to that point. The other thing that I wrote down here was highly entertaining. These ones are leaning heavily into the entertainment value. They're not telling you anything. They don't talk to you about the nuts, the chocolate, the caramel. They're not talking about anything. It's all about entertainment. They're owning your brain for 30 seconds or a minute at a time. You can't think of anything else. If you think about being hungry, you're not buying an O. Henry.
You know, and the interesting part is it's an ad about transformation. It's the chocolate bar. It's the chocolate bar that's going to take you from this state to this state, going to take you from being loopy to not loopy, to take you from not performing well to performing well. It is. But the other part that's interesting, and we see this so much with great ads, is the product is not shown in the first 3 seconds. Yet that's what everybody wants to do. Show the product in the first 3 seconds. It's like, no, the product does not appear until the very end.
Yeah, there's the delivery, which is probably 3/4 of the way through the ad is the delivery, and then it's product shot at
and
the
it's
end.
not here, have a Snickers bar. It's
here, have this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Now you know it is because you see it unwrapped and whatnot, but it's subtle, right?
And you only need to see one of these to know exactly what the commercial is about.
Yes. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
no, I think they did a really good job. Again, it's that we talked about it with De Beers. De Beers would run a campaign in the US, and then they would take that campaign, they would run it in other countries, and it worked just as well. Humans are humans. Like really lean into that and understand that everybody's the same. Yes, culturally we have little micro differences, but for the most part, our emotions are the same.
I think about the only thing that if I was running that campaign and I was creating ones for different markets would be you could pick celebrities. Like, so for example, if you're running it in India, you could pick a celebrity in India that's not necessarily known in the United States and do the same. Now, there's the iconic ones that are known worldwide, but then there's also the ones that are known in their local markets.
The Mars Singapore, if you go to YouTube and you go, and I'll put a link in the description, Mars Singapore, if you look at theirs, it's very Singapore. Like it's
there you
like
go.
Their ads
there
are we don't recognize them, but the emotion and the stories are actually very very relatable.
Sure, they're just changing that. Look, you could take the Betty White one, and if you had an iconic Singapore elderly actress who had kind of the same gravitas as Betty White, you could have dropped them into that ad and it would work for the local. You might not do football, but you could drop it into the ad and do something very similar.
Exactly. Yeah. No. 100%. No. This is a campaign that got better with age, and then it just ran, and then it ran its course. Like it really did. It ran its course. Everybody understood it. There was they leaned into it so heavy. They just did, so many different versions of it. They weren't coming up with. I think they just got to a point where they couldn't come up with more ideas for it.
So we should end with you showing your favorite one and have that as being the
I have to show.
So this is Matthew's fave,
and it's not an American one. This one played in the UK.
弱成这样也敢闯江湖？
一个就手软着了。
别打你的二破拳了，来条 Snickers。兄弟，怎么样？
来劲了。
You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers, get some nuts.
I think we should just end it on that.
Done. Thanks.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.